Hello, my name is Keeli Hunter, and I am from Windsor. I will be attending Escoffier next July. Today, I will be making lime raspberry Petit floors. I chose these because my mom makes a really good raspberry filling, and I wanted to incorporate it in my video. So you're going to want to preheat your oven for 375. Good.
First, you're going to want to prep your pan. By spraying Pam or having butter on the pan will help the parchment paper stay in place to place the cake inside. I use parchment paper so that the cake doesn't stick to the pan and it's easier to pull out of the pan. It also helps from cooking evenly. As you can see, I push into the corners as even as possible. It's not going to be perfect, but it always works as best as it can. And after that, you're gonna butter the top of your parchment paper just to be safe. Here I'm just cutting off the extra parchment paper just to keep the parchment paper out of the way of the cake. As well as being left-handed, it's quite complicated, but you figure it out.
Helpful hint. Always wash your hands. Alright. And to the side.
For the chiffon cake, you're gonna mix all dry ingredients except for granulated sugar. You're gonna have 14.5 ounces of cake flour, 8.75 ounces of confectioner's sugar, and 0.5 ounces of baking powder. You're going to sift these together. Obviously, I don't have a sifter, so all I did was a wire strainer and mixed it together. We are then going to add the rest of the ingredients, counting 3.25 ounces of eggs, 6 ounces of oil, and 6.75 ounces of whole milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And make sure to mix well. Next, in a large bowl, you're going to take 9.5 ounces of granulated sugar and 13 ounces of egg whites, and you're going to whisk. I start in the bowl just to mix it, and then add it to the mixer and mix till nice and fluffy.
So while this is mixing and we're whipping the eggs and the sugar, we're going to want to mix them and we're going to fold them together, and then we're going to add it to our cake pan and put it in the oven.
That means that it's ready for the next step. Here's where we start folding. Pour the egg whites and granulated sugar into the cake batter and fold. We are then ready to add our batter into the circulating parchment paper stays in its corners before you add the cake. Sometimes I like to shake it back and forth to make sure it's the cake will go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, but make sure you keep it on.
berries.
What are we making here, Keely?
We are making my mom's raspberry filling, which we use in our small cake business. It's our customer's favorite and my favorite, and it's yummy. We're going to put our heat at low, medium while we're mashing our raspberries. So as you can see, our raspberries are mashing up. It's okay to have a little bit chunks because the more that we are getting into the process, the chunks will go away. So as I'm mashing this, you can see that there are seeds in there. And if you prefer no seeds, my mom and I take cheesecloth and a strainer, and we just pretty much mash the raspberries right through the cheesecloth, and that can divide the seeds from the fruit.
My mom and I like to have a tang to our raspberry filling.
So here
we
we
put
have
1 to 2
kind of a
small
soup
squeezes of
raspberry
lime into our
over
raspberry
there.
sauce. Lower your lime if it's too
Not
hard
bad.
to squeeze. This will help. Then mix in 1 cup of sugar. Make sure you let it simmer for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, add cornstarch to water and mix slowly into filling. Let simmer. After simmering, you should have a jelly-like filling.
What are we doing now, Keely?
We are going to make
Add
lime
have
syrup
1
for our
cup
cake.
of water and 1 cup of sugar.
bunch
Add
of
to the
limes.
sauce. Let boil. Then
sugar.
take off heat, cool, and add 2/3 cup of lime juice.
And water.
Next is our lime Swiss meringue buttercream. You're going to take 8 ounces of egg whites and 16 ounces of sugar and mix in a mixing bowl. Whisk constantly for a while. Then take over a boiling pot of water and whisk as much as you can until it's 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Then take back to the mixer and mix until you can touch it and it's cooler than your hands. Then, by teaspoon, add 1 pound of room temperature butter. When the butter is mixed, make sure to add your lime juice. Our fondant ice. Add 4 to 5 cups of conditioning.
Y'all will be right away on your strainer.
Corn syrup, 1 half teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 tablespoon of almond extract. Mix all ingredients in a double boiler. After it is lukewarm, take off the double boiler and add a drop of To assemble, after freezing the cake for about 30 minutes, flip over the cake onto a sheet of wax paper. Now take and apply a lime syrup to the cake layer. Then cut the cake. After that, spread a thin layer of raspberry jam. Then spread carefully a layer of lime buttercream on top of the jam. Then add the second layer of cake onto the top with another brush of lime syrup. To make the Petit floors, 1 inch by 1 inch, cut all rugged edges. Make sure that you Then I top of the Petit floor to create a clear and smooth coating. Extra and the icing also with an odd number because odd is always better, and when sprinkling
Lime raspberry.
There's a creeper back there.
Can you see her?
Yeah.
we have it.
Wait, it was recording now.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Hello, my name